they always talk about the Mafia connection to wrestling in Japan.
Yeah, I can talk about it. They were definitely there, and I don't think they owned the wrestling companies. The wrestling companies were owned by wrestling people. Maybe they had some people on the board, but more so I think they owned the television company, but the television company had figureheads. In other words, this so-and-so was the president of, and so-and-so was the vice president, and so-and-so was the marketing director, and because when they walked in, these guys snapped too. And that was the real power of the television, and that was the real power of Japanese wrestling, was the TV, because without that, you were them dry.
Is it true that those guys would take the top wrestlers out for dinner and stuff?
Yeah,
from time to time?
yeah, those are good stories, wine and dine and food, and then it was like you'd be out with a group of these guys, and they're all sitting around. They're used to being catered to, and they would have waiters and waiting on them and waiting on us, and suddenly one of them would say, "Come here," and he would whisper something in my ear, and one of them had said, "Well, we want you to serve all these guys drinks." And I was supposed to be the world champion, and big deal, but it wasn't beneath me to do it. I said, "Yes, sir." I knew where I was and what was going on, and that was his way of saying, "Hey, you guys are great, and we want you here, but don't make a mistake."
There's a story that you apparently roughed up and know a young boy that was the son of one of the Mafia guys, and they had a little confrontation with you in an elevator. Is there any truth to that?
No.
No.
If you're saying I actually physically grabbed a...
No. The story is there was a young boy in Noah that I guess you had one of your regular Vader-style matches with, nothing totally out of the ordinary, but because he was connected.
You have to understand my position at this point. From Inoki, New Japan, to All Japan, to, it's like Bruiser Bodie fighting Young Boy. No, do what you want. Beat him up. Unless you really hurt him, which I never did.
Right.
If you try to break his wrist or his neck or something, maybe they would.
Yeah.
But no, it's good for him. That was their style.